Welcome back. Questions surrounding the possibility of a loyalty issue within the Trump administration. After a series of bombshell news reports rocking the administration, Charles Krauthammer says that, in fact, one such report on President Trump's conversations with Russian officials may actually show the problem lies within the president's own inner circle. Listen.
What's unusual is the Niagara of leaks coming out of this White House. As you said, this had to have been somebody in the room, somebody who took the notes, somebody who called the Times, picked up the phone and read the notes. So the problem here is an inner circle of people who have lost faith or are betraying or whatever.
Let's bring in Jaymu Green, former 2008 Clinton campaign advisor. She's also a Fox News contributor. And Brian Robinson, president of Robinson Republic, former communications director for Georgia Governor Nathan Deal, and a GOP strategist. Thank you so much for talking to us. All right, Jaymu, what do you say? What is the reason for the loyalty problem? There is clearly a lack of loyalty.
Well, I agree with you. There is a loyalty problem in the White House, but it starts with the fact that President Trump wants his advisors to have loyalty, personal loyalty to him over loyalty to the United States of America. But thank goodness we have people in the White House, in that building, who are willing to risk it all because they're putting country first over personal loyalty. We are a nation of laws and law enforcement. Even though he wants to be above the law, you've got people in his administration saying, because this White House lied from day one, we're going to make sure the truth gets out. There
are loyalists there. Let's not say that all of his administration is not loyal to him. I mean, Sean Spicer is loyal. Vice President Mike Pence, extremely loyal. But then there are leakers. And I believe the more and more that the leaks come out, the way that the White House responds to the leaks almost makes it worse.
Absolutely. You know, you get contradictory explanations from the White House from charges that at the heart of them aren't that serious. You talked about law enforcement, a nation of laws. No one is saying in any of these leaks that the president has broken the law. Even with the Russian intelligence sharing, that was perfectly legal for the President of the United States to do, to share. That is within his purview. So no one is accusing them of doing anything illegal. Even Democrats aren't accusing him of that, even though some of them are crazily already calling for impeachment for no reason whatsoever.
I'm sure if you asked Jaymu, she'd probably come up with a couple reasons that she thinks perhaps could be obstruction of justice. But he does make a point. There is no evidence of collusion between Russia and the Trump administration, and that remains the case. Let's remind our viewers. However, it seems that the contradictions do reflect a bit on the president's management style. He was the manager of a huge corporation. Managing the White House in a country is a little different. How does this reflect on his management style?
Well, clearly his management style, he said it in, I think, the first few pages of The Art of the Deal. He makes no plans. He just goes into the room, goes into a situation, and decides off the cuff. That's not how you can run the United States of America. But back to the loyalty issue, on one hand, he wants his aides to be absolutely loyal to him, above country. And when they go out, they put themselves out there, they make a statement, and then he does an interview and contradicts them and completely tarnishes their reputations. That is not a good manager. That's not someone who's going to elicit more loyalty. And at the same time, when you have a Congress, a Republican Congress, that has decided not to put to put country first, but to put party first, it is absolutely important and to the checks and balances that we all learned about in social studies.
I would imagine you're sort of referring also to the story as to why he fired Comey. I mean, Rod Rosenstein, are you referring to him? I mean, he basically had said that he fired him based on the direction of his advisors, Rosenstein among them, and then later came out and said, no, in fact, I fired him in that interview with Lester Holt because he did not want to stop the Russia investigation. Then he came back and said, no, in fact, I did fire him because of Rosenstein and others who directed me. And then Rosenstein said no. In fact, he wanted to fire him long ago because of the Hillary Clinton emails, which I'm not sure that really bothered him at all. The only thing he was bothered about the Clinton emails was that she wasn't convicted and prosecuted and thrown behind bars. I mean, that's what he campaigned on.
And he was more truthful to the Russians in that meeting than he was to the American people.
The Trump administration had a very small team on the campaign, and because of that, they had one spokesman, Donald Trump. And they were able to stay on his message that way. Now he's got a much larger apparatus. He's got factionalism within the White House. Some of these leaks are to hurt other factions within the White House, not necessarily to hurt him. And so it is gaming for position within the White House, but I think he has got to be consistent with his White House team, and the team has got to be consistent with him, or this is going to continue.
All right. Brian Robinson, Jamu Green, thank you very much.
Thank you.